Good evening, manifestors. If you've already tried visualizing, affirming, believing, and life keeps staying stuck, blocked, with the feeling that you're doing everything right, but nothing really flows, pay attention to this. Because there are two words you use all the time without realizing it, and they're shaping your entire reality. Those words are I am. And they're not just any affirmation. They're the name of God in the Bible, the creative command that programs everything you live. The problem is most people use I am against themselves. You even visualize wealth, repeat affirmations, but inside you keep whispering I am unworthy, I am poor, I am blocked. And reality obeys exactly that. I discovered this the hard way. I was doing everything the videos said, following every technique to the letter, but my bank account wasn't moving. Until I realized I was declaring abundance with my mouth, but my internal I am was programmed in scarcity. And it was when I understood how these two words really work, not as a technique, but as an assumed state, that everything started flowing. Because I am isn't what you say, it's what you feel you are. And your life will show you exactly that. By the way, if you want to keep receiving this type of content, the kind that touches the root of the problem, not the surface, subscribe to the channel. I post 3 times a week, and it's not about empty motivation. It's about what really blocks and what really unblocks. And leave a like, so this video doesn't get lost among so much shallow information out there. The more people see it, the more people awaken. Now let me show you exactly where this invisible pattern begins. You wake up, visualize abundance, repeat affirmations, practice gratitude for everything you have. You follow the step-by-step perfectly. But when you open your bank account, nothing changed. When you look at the opportunities around you, everything stays the same. And you think, what am I doing wrong? The truth, you're not doing anything wrong. The problem is deeper. Because while you visualize wealth, while you repeat I deserve abundance, there's a silent voice inside you whispering something else. An identity you don't even realize you're carrying. It's that feeling that comes when you receive a good opportunity and instead of accepting it, you hesitate. You think, am I ready for this? Do I really deserve this? And then you let it pass. Or worse, you accept it but sabotage it without meaning to, because inside you still feel like someone who's not up to it. This isn't lack of effort. This is silent identity. It's the I am you inhabit without realizing. Because we spend all day declaring who we are without opening our mouths. I am unworthy, I am poor, I am blocked. And reality, it just reflects that back. Think of it like this. You can water a plant every day with the best water in the world, but if the seed you planted is scarcity, you'll harvest scarcity. The internal seed always wins over the external watering. Always. And that's why your life shouts the I am you whisper. You're not failing to manifest. You're manifesting perfectly. You're just manifesting the wrong person. And the worst part is most people try to solve this in a way that seems right but only reinforces the problem. Let me show you. Most people try to fix this by repeating affirmations. I am prosperous, I am abundant, I am rich. 100 times, 200 times every day. But inside there's that tightness, that anxiety, that it needs to work soon because I'm desperate. And then what happens? You say, I am abundant, and 2 minutes later you open the banking app to check if something changed. You declare, I am prosperous, and the same day you get anxious because the account didn't close. You affirm but don't assume. The problem is the subconscious doesn't register words. It registers feeling. So when you repeat I am rich while afraid of staying poor, what you're programming isn't wealth. It's fear. It's lack. It's the same identity as always, just with pretty words on top. It's like trying to open a door with the wrong key. You turn, force, but the door doesn't open because it's not the shape of the key that matters. It's what it really is inside. And I am without felt assumption. It's a fake key. You're not getting it wrong by saying too little. You're getting it wrong by saying without feeling. Words without assumption are just noise. But why does this happen? What makes I am truly powerful? To understand why this happens, you need to understand what I am really is, and this changes everything. Look, when I discovered this for the first time, it seemed too radical, but it makes total sense. I am isn't a self-help technique. It's the name of God, literally. When Moses asks God what his name is, the answer is I am that I am, present, absolute, self-existent. And here's the point that changes everything. When you say I am, you're not asking God for permission. You're using the same creative power that God uses. You're not praying for someone up there to change your life. You are the divine consciousness declaring the state you inhabit. Neville Goddard taught this his whole life. He said, I am as God in you, not as metaphor, as mechanism. When you declare I am prosperous, you're not affirming a hope. You're assuming an identity. And from the neuroscience perspective, this makes total sense. The brain doesn't differentiate declared identity from lived identity. When you say, I am confident and feel it in your body, the subconscious registers it as absolute truth. Then you arrive at a business meeting and speak differently, decide differently, notice opportunities that were previously invisible. Think of it like this. You're the programmer of your reality. I am is the line of code. When you type I am scarce, the system runs scarcity. When you type I am abundant, the system runs abundance. Simple as that. Most people think manifesting is asking with enough faith. But it's not. You're not asking. You're declaring. You don't pray to God. You are God declaring. And when you understand that I am isn't affirmation but assumption of divine state, you realize why repeating empty words never worked. Because words without identity are noise. But assumed identity is command. Now that you understand what I am really is, the question that remains is how to use this the right way. And this is where everything changes. Look, if you really want to go deeper into this, understand not just the concept but how to apply it completely in your life with all the practical details, I left complete material in the description. It's an ebook I created exactly for this, for those who are financially stuck, carrying invisible patterns, and want to truly change their reality. It covers manifestation, internal unblocking, frequency change, everything as directly as possible. I use this content to this day. It's what pulled me out of the cycle of trying everything and seeing nothing change. So if you feel you need something deeper than a video alone can give, take a look. The link is in the description and in the first pinned comment. Now let me show you exactly how to use I am the right way. So what's the real solution? This is where everything fits together. The solution isn't repeating I am rich 1,000 times in your head while feeling lack. The solution is assuming the state of I am prosperous in your body. Feeling this as absolute truth, even with the empty account in front of your eyes. Because the empty bank account, that's crystallized past. Your internal identity, I am prosperous. That's the future in formation. The problem is most people react to the external. They declare I am abundant, look at the empty account, and give up before reality has time to reorganize. Think of it like this. When you change the internal I am, you change vibrational frequency. And frequency works like a magnet. You start attracting people, ideas, opportunities that are on the same frequency as you. It's not magic. It's that you started seeing what was previously invisible. Started acting differently. Started being different. I saw a guy do this before a decisive meeting. He was nervous, insecure, feeling that tightness of do I deserve to be here. Then he stopped, breathed, and declared I am confident. I am prosperous. He felt it in his chest. He entered the room with different posture. Spoke differently. Noticed an opening in the conversation he would have missed if he'd entered insecure. Closed the deal. It wasn't luck. It was assumed identity-changing energy, posture, perception. It was I am operating as real command. And this is what took me time to understand. You don't wait for the money to appear to feel prosperous. You feel prosperous first. Then the money comes as reflection. Change the I am and the world follows, not the other way around. Now you know what to do. The next question is how to do this practically without complicating. Come with me. Now comes the practical part. And look, the process is simpler than you imagine. You don't need an hour of meditation. You don't need a complex ritual. You need 2 to 3 minutes twice a day. That's it. You start by finding a quiet place. It can be in the morning before picking up your phone. It can be at night before sleeping. You sit, close your eyes, breathe deeply 3 or 4 times, just enough to calm your mind and get out of autopilot. Then you choose an I am declaration that combats your main block. If the problem is feeling you don't deserve money, declare I am worthy of prosperity. If it's fear of scarcity, I am naturally abundant. You adapt according to your pain. But choose one. Just one to start. And here's the secret. You don't say this mechanically. You declare it 3 times, feeling it in your chest. When I do this, I pause for a second before speaking and let the phrase weigh. Because if you just repeat on autopilot, it becomes noise. But if you really feel it, the subconscious registers it as command. After declaring, you visualize a simple scene for 10 to 15 seconds. It doesn't need to be an elaborate movie. It can be you checking your account and seeing a robust balance. It can be you receiving a proposal and accepting it calmly. Something that makes you feel this is how I am now. And you do this in the morning when you wake up and at night before sleeping. The key isn't intensity, it's consistency. Every day, without skipping. Because I am is a master key. Simple, but opens all doors. The problem is we think it needs to be complicated to work, but it doesn't. Now you know exactly what to do, but what to expect, how to know if it's working. This is important. Now comes the part that separates those who understand the process from those who give up early. The first signs don't come from outside. They come from within. You'll notice you have less anxiety about money, less reactivity when you look at the account, more calm to make financial decisions. Ideas start flowing naturally. When I started noticing this in myself, I found it strange, because I still hadn't seen external change, but inside I was different. And this happens in days. A few days. These internal signs prove the identity is changing, even without external proof yet. Then come the synchronicities, casual conversations that open doors. Someone offers an opportunity without you asking. A business idea emerges out of nowhere. This starts appearing in 1-2 weeks. It's not magic. It's that you changed internal frequency and started noticing what was previously passing invisible. And then, yes, comes the complete external. Real money coming in. Promotion. New client closing. Business prospering. But this takes more time. Weeks. Sometimes a few months. Because physical reality reorganizes slower than internal reality. It's like roots growing under the earth before the flower appears. You don't see it yet, but it's happening. And look, if you're waiting for the external result to believe, you've already lost. Faith comes first. The result comes after. You're already prosperous when you assume. The money just confirms. Now, there are some mistakes people make even after understanding all this, and these mistakes can ruin the whole process. Pay attention to this. The first mistake is checking the external too early. You declare I am abundant, feel it for 2 minutes, and 10 minutes later you open the banking app expecting something to have changed. When you don't see anything different, you get discouraged. And then you canceled the declaration, because you went back to reacting to the external instead of sustaining the internal. I've done this. Everyone does it in the beginning, but it's the fastest way to sabotage the process. Second mistake, repeating I am prosperous on autopilot. 100 times, 200 times, but without stopping to feel. It becomes empty performance. The subconscious ignores it. 3 truly felt repetitions are better than 100 mechanical ones. Because what programs isn't quantity, it's assumption. Third mistake, and this one is silent. You deny subtle progress. You feel more financial calm. You have a good idea. You receive an unexpected compliment. But you discard everything thinking this isn't real result. It only counts when money comes. Mistake. These signs prove the identity is changing. And when you deny this, you weaken the momentum. Fourth mistake, stopping after a bad day. You've been applying for a week, then an unexpected financial problem happens and you think it's not working, I'm going to stop. Then you reset all accumulated progress. It's like murky water. The more you agitate it with doubt, the murkier it gets. But if you leave it still, it eventually becomes crystal clear. And look, mistakes don't mean you failed. They mean you're learning to assume with more strength. The mistake isn't trying and making mistakes. The mistake is giving up at the first mistake, without realizing that assumption gets stronger each time you correct it. Now that you know what to avoid, the last thing missing is a clear plan to start today. Come with me and I'll give you that. Here's the 21-day plan I use to this day. It's not complicated, but it works if you really do it. In the first 7 days, you establish the ritual, morning and night. The process I showed you, silence, felt declaration, visual anchoring. You choose one I am declaration and sustain it the whole week. Don't keep switching, and don't demand external change yet. This is the period to root the identity. From the second week onward, you continue the daily ritual, but now you take I am into real life. Before an important meeting, you stop for 10 seconds and declare I am confident. Feel it, then enter. Before making a financial decision, I am prosperous. When waking up, I am abundant. The identity leaves the room and goes into the world with you. And here's the differentiator. Every day you write one line on your phone or on paper. What did I feel different today? This forces you to track the internal, not the external. It can be unexpected calm. A good idea. Less anxiety when seeing the account. These records prove the identity is changing before the money appears. And when you look at the notes accumulating, you see it's not illusion. It's happening. Because reality isn't waiting for you to become another person. It's waiting for you to assume who you already are. You've always been the creator. You just didn't know that I am was the command. Now you know. Declare I am prosperous right now. Feel it in your body. And start the 21 days today. Your life has always been a reflection of the I am you inhabited. Now you know how to change this. Now you know it took me years to discover that you've always been in command. That I am was never affirmation. It was always creative power. And that reality was just waiting for you to assume who you already are. Before you go, tell me in the comments, what was the I am you carried the most without realizing until now? I am unworthy. I am blocked. I am scarce. I read all the comments and often get video ideas from there. And look, if you want to go beyond what this video covered, if you feel that understanding the concept isn't enough and you need a complete step-by-step to truly apply it, the ebook is in the description and in the first pinned comment. It picks up from the point where this video stopped and takes you to complete unblocking. Manifestation, frequency change, breaking invisible patterns, all applied. The difference I see in people who access it is they manage to sustain real change, not just have insight in the moment and then return to the same pattern. If you feel you need this depth, click the link. Subscribe to the channel because I post 3 times a week and each video is a piece of the puzzle of your transformation. You're in a process. The content accompanies that. And if you know someone who's stuck, who tries everything but nothing changes, send them this video. It might be exactly what the person needed to understand that the problem isn't them, it's the I am they haven't discovered they're carrying yet. You now know you've been in command all along. Use that.